Welcome to Alchemist of Self, the podcast for big dreaming, trailblazing, heart-led, high achiever baddies. Here we dive deep into the realms of spirituality, self-discovery, and subconscious mindset work. We'll explore the art of shadow work and stepping into your full authentic power. This is a space for visionaries, entrepreneurs, and creatives ready to make a massive impact. Get ready for potent insights, soulful conversations, and magnetic energy that will encourage, support, and inspire you to become the most authentic, confident, and unstoppable version of yourself. Let's transform together, one episode at a time. Hi, my loves. She is back. After a many months break, I think the last episode I put up was in January. We're in August now of 2024. A lot has shifted in my reality, externally, majorly, internally, also majorly. As some of you may know, if you follow me over on socials, on Instagram, I had a breakup from my long-term 9-year relationship. We just weren't growing together anymore. It was a very intentional separation and a very beautiful one. It was a very conscious uncoupling, which was a dream come true with the situation. Obviously not a dream to end up in a breakup, but it was a dream come true that I couldn't have even seen coming, with how the breakup ended up becoming this initiation for both of us individually, but also for our love to deepen and just change dynamics. This episode is not about my breakup or about relationships. I will possibly make another episode at some point to discuss how that whole situation came about, what the process looked like, how it resulted in the outcome, and my lessons from it, and what my own journey has been, being single for the last 4, almost 5 months actually coming up now. So I moved back with my mum and my stepdad into a little cabin outside with my cat. So we've got our own little cozy, witchy cabin outside for our own wee space. And here I've been, just keeping it D-low, keeping focused, staying devoted, allowing myself the space and the time for the unraveling after the breakup. And it has been incredible. I've had some massive, massive shifts and breakthroughs. And once again, I will discuss all of that in a separate episode. In today's episode, I wanted to discuss something that I brought up in a Instagram post a couple of days ago. And this applies for whatever level you're at, whether you're at the beginning of your soul business or a project or a change in reality, a change in lifestyle, or whether you're already a few levels deep or a few upgrades. I believe no matter how many upgrades we have, all of us can relate to this and end up in this reevaluation stage. And what I'm talking about is the way that we can mentally cap ourselves or keep ourselves stuck at that level due to perceived limitations, obligations, responsibilities. Now, I'm not saying we don't have obligations and responsibilities. What I mean with perceived limitations to do with obligations and responsibilities is that I'll use myself as an example. And this one actually feels a little bit slightly embarrassing to even say, considering that I am such a big thinker, high achieving, dream chaser, baddie, right? But I mentally kept myself because I have a cat who is a Persian, and anyone who has a Persian, this is my first breed cat, by the way, and I'm not promoting to get breed cats whatsoever. I got her through my friend who was moving to another town in New Zealand. And so I got my cat Muffin when she was 2 years old. She was going to be temporarily living with me while my friend and her family were going to look to buy a house so that they could then take her back. A year passed and I was very madly in love with Muffin. She felt like my soul baby, my soul pet. It was a very deep and is a very deep connection that we have. And long story short, me and my friend both came to the conclusion that she is way happier with me and my ex-partner in a more intimate situation, environment where she is the baby, she's the only child. Anywho, we are now about 4 years into having her. And so Persians are built different. They are very needy in the sense of you can't just let her or Persians roam around in the wild, come and go as they please. They've got shorter legs, they've got my one's got long fur. They're very curious, but also very naive. Very wise, but naive. The curiosity creates this naiveness. Their curiosity will get the best of them. And it is true, she's very curious, very naive, very beautiful soul. So anyway, I've got her as a very big responsibility, right? Like she needs daily supplements and is just very intimate connection with her in comparison to a cat that you'd kind of just let come and go. So this has obviously created a responsibility, and now especially as I am her sole carer, because now we've broken up with my ex-partner. And so I have for a while kind of kept myself to that I've got her, that I can't go overnight somewhere, blah, 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 blah. Now, of course, pet sitters exist. So bringing this back to what my point is with this episode is that even if the opportunities haven't arrived into your reality yet, even if your dreams haven't arrived at your doorstep yet, even if the money hasn't come into your bank account yet, the way to get yourself mentally unstuck out of a perceived limitation with obligations and responsibilities is to start already planning as if. Start already planning as if that dream opportunity is going to come knocking at the door tomorrow, that the money is going to land in your bank account tomorrow. So start already literally brainstorming, what would you do in this situation? So for me right now, my next season looks like, and it's already starting to, come into fruition, but is incredible opportunities with my soul business and my creativity to get to travel around the country and also travel around the world to different events and opportunities and projects, etc., sharing my wisdom, my creativity, and just get to travel more. Like, that's what's going to be my next season, is travel. Now, I've had to look at how do I make that happen before it's even happened, so that I can actually allow mental space and energetic space in my nervous system also to tangibly make it doable with my current responsibility. So I've planned already that I'm going to have a pet sitter, and already start now looking for and putting feelers out for anyone that would like to come and stay in a little country town, and every now and then just be like little blocks throughout the year for a few weeks here and there while I travel, whether it is for just a long weekend or whether it's like 5-week thing, and then just come back to my cat. She is my home, she is my family, and I'll always come back to her. But I've had to for my subconscious mind to feel like this is a tangible reality and not block that, because I'm just like, I can't, because I have a cat that needs me, that I need to look after. And so when we do that, when we say we can't and not try to find a solution for it, we are just blocking ourselves. We're blocking ourselves. We're blocking ourselves energetically, subconsciously, even consciously. And we might be like, we want the thing, but until we actually give a solution for us to be like, actually, we can make this happen. There are solutions here. There are possibilities here how to make this happen. We're always going to keep it at an arm's distance away from us, no matter how much we keep dreaming about it, desiring it, but until we've actually made it tangible, even before it has actually manifested into our current reality, it's always going to be like, can't do this. So this is looking at, for example, if you've got pets, look for pet sitters. Start to envision what that already looks like for you and plan it out. Start already like putting feelers out of who would be the perfect person to that you trust to look after your pets. Or childcare. Do you need to look for childcare to be able to do the thing? Do you need to start to have this discussion with your partner about potential of a shift, a move, or even a long distance situation for a little while? Or does it look like considering a breakup if it's not going to be in alignment to where you're going next? Does it look like already starting to prepare that you're going to have to move out of where you're currently living to make it possible? Will you have to cut down hours at your work, or possibly even quit that job to open up the space and the time to be able to do the thing? So these are all the ways that starting to already plan as if. Even looking at like flights or Airbnbs, or envisioning these different places that you want to be in and planning around it as if. This was like such a simple little thing, but I believe that because I started a couple of weeks ago already coming up with a plan around what to do, what options I have around my responsibilities and obligations with my cat, with Muffin, is why some epic opportunities, which I will share with you very soon, are starting to come into my reality that I could not have foreseen, that I could not have expected, that I could not have logically come up with and thought of. but are so in alignment to exactly where I'm going, to opening up the doors to expand my mission, my vision, sharing my gifts, sharing my medicine and my teachings, and expanding my path, expanding my possibilities. And I believe it's because I've energetically now opened up to the possibilities of it, because I allowed myself to come up with solutions already now of the responsibilities that I do have. So that's it. That's all I wanted to share in this episode. This was a short and sweet one, but a potent one, because I know some of you will really, this will help you. Like I said, we all go through this. At every new level, we can fall into the trap of these perceived limitations that we think we have due to even new responsibilities, new obligations. And of course, I do believe, depending on the situation, I do believe that certain responsibilities and obligations at new timelines, at new upgrades, of course, there is a time and a period of a season within that season that needs our time and attention. And it is, in a sense, it is like possibly limiting from other things, but because you know that needs your energy right now, that responsibility does need your attention, needs your time, etc. But it's starting to recognize, where is it not needed anymore? Where have you outgrown, and where have you just stayed stuck in this perceived limitation that can actually be problem solved, so that you can open up to what wants to come into your reality and open up to those beautiful dreams becoming a reality and a possibility for you. So I hope you enjoyed this short but sweet episode, and I shall see you on the next one. Mwah.